Hey everybody, it's Jess. Today I wanted to talk to you about these bees that I have behind me. We have been keeping bees since I think 2014, so about 2 years now. We're still fairly new, but we've learned a lot in these 2 years, and we have some things that we want to share with you periodically. And today I'm going to let my husband tell you a little bit about catching a wild bee swarm. We had some family members call us, I think last week or the week before. They had a swarm in their front yard that had gathered on they were on a bird feeder, I think. And they wanted my husband to come and catch the swarm. So he did. And now they are right here in that little bitty middle box. And yeah, so I guess I'll just let him show you a little bit of his equipment and the smoker and what a super looks like. And we're not going to go into the hives today though, because we're going to pull honey later this month, so we don't want to disturb the bees today, since we're going to do that this month anyway. So just an outside look for now, but I hope you enjoy it.
Okay. Hey guys, my name's John. I'm Jessica's husband, as she introduced me. I just want to let you know, kind of fill you in on how we catch our honeybee swarms. Like my wife said, she got a phone call from some family, said they had some, hey baby, had some bee swarms in their yard, and basically I want to save those bees when they're in a swarm. That's when they're least aggressive. I know it seems kind of counter-cultural what you've heard, that a bee swarm sounds really nasty, but all they're trying to do is protect the queen. I'd like to kind of start with how that bee swarm starts. Basically, you have the hives like you see behind me. If they get overcrowded, the worker bees will send out a message saying, hey, we're getting overcrowded, and the brood, which are the bee cells or the bee eggs, they will actually create a wax comb around one. I know, it's so exciting. And it's called a queen cell. And so you have the queen cell, and that will grow and mature out into a new queen. So now you've got two queens in one hive. And what will happen is the new queen will basically take control of that hive, and the old queen will send out a message to the hive and say, hey, I'm leaving, who's with? And half the hive will stay with the new queen, and the other half will leave with the new queen. And that's where we come in as the beekeepers. We want to save those bees, give them a new home. They can make it perfectly fine in the wild, but I like honey, you like honey, so we want to get them into one of our supers. And so basically what I want to do when I go out and catch a bee swarm is I just want to be a better real estate agent than their scout bees. Scout bees are flying around trying to find a place where the bees can basically set up a new hive, start a new life, and I show up at the scene with my smoker. I use this, you just fill it with some sticks, some leaves, whatever dry material you have, and you put it in there. You squeeze a little bit of oxygen because fire needs it unless you want to go out, and you light. You'll set that on fire, close it up when you got a good flame going, and get some good smoke going, and really smoke those bees. The smoke helps to calm them down. You can really tell a difference when you're working with bees, when they haven't been smoked, when they've been smoked. And basically what I do is I show up and I carry with me one of these boxes. Actually, I carry two. This is just a medium-sized super. If you look on the hive all the way to the right with the most bees on it, it has the two bottom boxes you'll notice are much larger. Those are called brood chambers. Ideally, that's what you would like to show up with that bottom piece called a bottom board, and you'd show up with the top. I don't have all of that because I just used it in catching my last bee swarm. I need to order some more, but basically you'll show up with this box. I always like to bring with me some sugar water to help kind of incentivize, or incentivize, give the bees some incentive to move into the hive. I try to be as the least aggressive that I can when I approach bees. I'll basically set the box next to where the swarm is. In this case, with our family, they had a bird feeder that the bees had climbed into, and I actually I set the box down next to the bird feeder, and just with my protective bee suit on and gloves, basically just scoop some handfuls of bees out, and you lay them across the top. You'll have individual frames like this. This is a brood chamber frame. And you can put wax in it. You can get top bars, different styles for different strokes for different folks. And basically these just fit in here. This, I believe, is a 10 frame. So basically you would stack 10 of these. As you can see, this is a little bit long for this one. This is a medium super box. This is a deep frame. So it's a little bit long, but you get the gist. And basically you just try to give the bees as accommodating a home as you possibly can. If you do it the right way, you'll get the queen to come into the box, into your super, and that's the goal. If the queen says, hey, this is an okay home, then everybody's moving in. If you can't get the queen in, they're just going to kind of re-swarm and take off to a new location. But all the bees are worried about is keeping the queen safe when they're in a swarm. They're not really worried about stinging John. They're not protecting the honey. They're worried about where are we going to find our next house. And basically all you're trying to do is get them into the box to give them a new home. And
They're
then
not
you can
looking to
relocate.
fight. They're looking to save
looking
the
for a
colony.
They're
home.
climbing into the hive off of the post.
They're trying to save lives.
Once
not
you've
wage
got them
war.
in, you would put your top on. Your bottom board would be underneath. I like to put a plug in when I move bees. Some people don't. I recommend it because then you're not driving around in your truck or in your car with a bunch of bees and they're not flying out the back of your truck bed
Or the minivan.
or the minivan. That's what we use till the funds come in and my wife okays a truck purchase. And basically what you just transport them from one location to the next. I don't know if you can get a good look at the one that I transplanted. These hives are made up on, starting on the far right was our original queen from 2 years ago. They're still going strong. Next to the left was one that divided from that hive, or actually was the original. She divided off, started a new hive. They were the original. All the way on the far left was one I caught with a neighbor at our old house, and we moved it over here. And then the one of the three in the middle is our newest addition, and I need to cut that weed down. But basically that's what you're looking at. Right now we have 4 hives. I anticipate by the end of the summer that we'll probably have anywhere from 6 to 8. And that's kind of my comfortable zone of working that number of bees. And as you can see, we can stand out here and be fine without a bee suit. They're not aggressive, but this is about as close as I want to get without my suit on. So I hope you all enjoyed. If you have questions, feel free to message Jess and I will answer accordingly. Thanks.